If you are a content creator and you're looking at other ways of monetizing your content that require 0 followers, this is the episode for you. We're going to talk about UGC. We're going to talk about Amazon. We're going to talk about TikTok Shop, all these different things that you can do with your space and with saying a script to make money. Today, we have an awesome guest, Megan. Appreciate you hopping on. Let's dive right into it. I want to know what got you into content, a little intro of yourself.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. So my name is Megan. I go by Meg the Creator. I'm a mom of 2 girls. Super introverted.
Same here.
And super introverted. I came from a small town in Virginia. I still live here. And when I started getting like big girl jobs when I was an adult, I job hopped a lot, and that looks kind of negative. But when I look back on it, I was like, that was just my entrepreneur spirit coming out, right?
Yeah.
I never felt whole in a job. And so I ended my 9-to-5 career in 2020. We all know what was going on in 2020. And I became a full-time social media manager. Did that for 3.5, almost 4 years, where I would help clients sell their products through social media. It was really fun. It was great, but I did burn myself out because I'd built a little mini agency. So in 2023, I started doing Amazon reviews, Amazon on-site commissions, and that kind of opened my eyes to the whole world of like content. And it was crazy. I felt like I understood so much from like the social media management world that I was like, oh, I already know what makes content good, right? Because I was doing it like that. And so in 2024, I started writing everything down that I did and basically created the anti-influencer method. And so, I started my journey with content as an Amazon influencer, which is crazy.
That's crazy. And it wasn't even called that back then, right? You were just saying it's called Amazon. What did you say?
Yeah. So I call it Amazon reviews because it's like easier for a normal person to understand, but it's actually called Amazon on-site commissions, which is under the Amazon influencer program, which is where you make like the product reviews and get paid the commission. But it was a really low level, easy way for me to get in because you don't post any of those videos to your social media. Like no one knew I was like doing it, and I was getting a bunch of free stuff. So I was like, we like it. Yeah,
that's right up the UGC alley. And it's like the fact that how many millions of people are on Amazon. Yeah, no one's ever gonna be like, oh, I saw you on an Amazon review. Like no one would ever say that.
It would never happen. And one of the sellers, how I got into UGC, I didn't even know because this was like 2023. They were like, hey, can you make a video for my like social media? And I was like, what do you want? My first UGC was like for a mattress company that like has like the things that keep your sheet on. I didn't even know what I was doing.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
So you basically stumbled upon it through Amazon, and like obviously to be clear, through Amazon you have to have you don't have to have any following to do like Amazon influencer. I feel like you have to have some type of weird like approval thing, right? Or no?
Yes, it's a 2-step approval process. There's no follower requirement. I got in with 700 followers, but it was just my personal account. But I've helped people get in like the lowest amount. Someone had 16 followers. No. It's all about engagement. So actually the fewer followers you have is actually better because your engagement is higher, especially on TikTok, right? Because you can go viral with no followers. It doesn't really matter. So you do the first step approval to get into Amazon influencer, but you don't have to be an influencer. And then you submit 3 videos to Amazon. They review them. Once they approve them, then you're in the Amazon on-site commissions program. It's pretty cool.
Got it. Yeah, interesting. I think like I had one company on Fiverr want me to do Amazon influencer, right?
Yeah.
So I think like I'm in the program. I've only done literally a single video, but I had I'm sure you run into this. I was under the impression that you had to like literally be an influencer with 10K plus followers, which because the name's a little misleading, right?
It is. Yeah, I thought the same thing. And when I finally figured it out, I was like, oh, well, that's cool. And I was actually removed from Amazon influencer. I talk about this a lot. So shortly after I got into Amazon influencer, I went against the rules and they deleted my storefront. So I had to do it all over again.
Oh my gosh.
So I always tell people, I'm like, follow their rules. They're there for a reason.
Yeah, you have to start from scratch.
I had to start all the way over. All my videos were deleted and everything. But I came back with a vengeance. I was like, I'm going to make more money this time.
Yeah, that's good for you. That's awesome. Well, and I like when we were chatting or before the episode, right, started, like I like how you've taken something, you're like, okay, I know how to do this one thing. Now, how can I apply social media management? How can I apply this Amazon influencer thing? and now like kind of spread out to like UGC and then also TikTok Shop and all these other things that require literally zero experience. Like, I mean, you see people on TikTok Shop making money that they're like, they didn't come from social media management. They didn't come from marketing backgrounds. So let's talk about when you started to get into UGC from Amazon, because I feel like a lot of people that listen to this podcast are probably starting where you started, and they're like job hopping, or they like they hate, or maybe they like love their job. I don't know. I was working full time while doing UGC for a long time, and it's okay if you want to do something on the side. Like it's not a huge deal. So you probably talk to a lot of people that are in that position. What is your first like piece of advice when you're telling them to like dabble their toes in the world of content? Do you tell them to start with Amazon? Do you tell them to start with UGC? Like what's your go-to?
Yeah. So I used to, when I first started like educating people, I always said start with Amazon. But what I was finding, and I'm sure you find this too, people are impatient and want instant gratification. So, which is fine. I feel like I'm like that too, 100%. You know, so you want to make money fast. And if you make money faster, at least you feel like something's legit, and then you trust it. And then you're like, okay, I can move forward. So I always tell people to start with UGC now, because it's so accessible now. There's apps like Join Brands, there's Billo. Like you can literally go there and make, even if it's $15, whatever, you at least you dabble your toes in it. And now at the point where I'm at with like the anti-influencer method, I now pitch brands like for my students. So like they come into the school community and there's opportunities just ready for them to apply to. It doesn't matter if they're beginner. It just doesn't matter. Like I have like, hey, go here, apply to this, or hey, go here to this agency. They'll hire you. They'll hire 200 creators. You know, it's just a good way for them to get their feet wet and to understand like doing like on the job training pretty much.
That's really cool.
And so then I'm like, if you felt comfortable doing that and you liked it, definitely move into Amazon. But the reason why I kind of stopped telling people to start with Amazon is because you have to wait 60 days to get your payment. That's 2 whole months. And like, you know, while it's great, and I mean, I did it, I waited, but it can, as a beginner that's never done this before, you're like, oh,
it's
2 months, and you're like working for 2 months for no money,
for free.
You know? So you can mix and match them. Like, I think that's great, but you'll definitely get paid quicker with UGC. 100%.
Why is it 60 days? Like, is it just their payment terms or what? Hey, real quick, if you're brand new to UGC and feel overwhelmed, I made a free guide for you. It's called 10 Steps to Becoming a UGC Creator from Scratch. And it literally takes you from, I have no idea what I'm doing, to landing your first paid gig. No fancy equipment needed, no massive following required, just a clear roadmap. Links below. It's free, it's practical, and it'll help you start making money like now. All right, back to the show.
Yeah, it's the affiliate things, because think of refunds, returns. So technically, like if someone bought from my video, I've had returns before, it actually deducts. So they don't want to pay me out for something that technically like I wouldn't have earned, if that makes sense.
So it's always 2 months behind.
Always 2 months.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I thought it was just like from the very first. We're like, all right, we got to make sure you're cool for 60 days, and then we'll start paying you. Okay.
Right. That would be cool. But no, so like if you start in April, you will not get your first payment until end of month June, and you're always going to be 2 months behind. So like your November payment that will have all the Black Friday sales and everything won't come until January.
Oh, that's kind of weird. I mean, it makes sense.
Kind of a bummer.
Like you're accounting for returns and like their return policy. And Amazon basically forces a return policy of 60 days on most most vendors, right?
Yeah. And like once you get in the routine, you do get a monthly payment, but you're getting paid like in the rears pretty much. So once you get in the routine, it's fine. But just that first waiting period is kind of like a bummer. That's why I kind of tell people to mix and match. I'm like, if you came here for Amazon, great, let's work on getting you going, but maybe start with UGC as well, so you can at least feel like you're doing good, right?
Yeah, getting those like quick wins is huge, right? And that's not
huge.
Just UGC, that's like any industry, right? Getting the quick wins. I used to work for tech brand, and like, you know, when people would get on QuickBooks, we got to like make sure they're like getting seeing some quick learnings and like feeling really good about the product immediately. And so I totally get that. I want to keep going on the Amazon thing, and then we're going to switch to UGC, but because mostly I know nothing about it, right? Like but I have friends that are like doing really well on Amazon that are like making a ton of videos and making great money. Where do you find the products? Is it like TikTok Shop where you have to like request samples? Is there a marketplace where you can contact the seller and say like, hey, send me a sample, I'd be a perfect fit for a couple reviews?
Yeah, so you can pitch the brands directly, but there's also creator connections, which is within Amazon, and you literally have brands at your fingertips. You can actually directly message them through there, so you can just pitch them for a free sample. There's also softwares like Oink, Oink,
Oink.
and Viral. I know they changed the name. It used to be something else. I think it was like Amazing Influencers, but he changed it. He's like a very like small business guy who put this extension together, and I recommend it to my students because he's actually adding some new features to it, but at the basis, like right now, it's to help you with your creator connections, like placement. So you can like basically go in and auto accept campaigns for videos that you already have, and it will like raise your commission for you automatically. So it's like, okay, free money pretty much. The other one is Viral View. Viral View is like Oink, but it has more capabilities as far as like messaging brands. Like it has templates, it has product research. That's a huge one, like to understand like which products don't have a lot of influencer videos. It's a strategy, just like everything.
Yeah.
Which products have too many videos, which ones are like high sellers. Like I was on Viral View looking a couple weeks ago, and like one of the top sellers was like Depends. Like that's what I tell people. I'm like, you're not having to like go out here and buy like $1,000 computers. It's going to be the everyday products. That's the ones that's going to make you the money. Like Christmas trees are obviously like popping off right now.
Yeah.
Just like random stuff.
It's funny you bring that up because I tell the same thing to people that are like, you know, I want a couch. I'm like, dude, I'm doing like septic pods. The funny thing is you bring up Depends that like in my mentorship group, it's like an ongoing joke with the male creators that are, I'm 38. I've been pitched to do men's adult diapers already. And there's a couple of people that have done it in my group, and it's like a couple that will not do it. And it's just like an ongoing joke of like, who's doing the diapers this week?
That
it's
is
pretty
so
funny. But like, hey, think about it. Like, I mean, you had kids, right? Or you have kids that were that age at one point, or I don't know how old they are now, but like how many freaking diapers do you go through? Like those people are printing money. And that's something where you need content all the time. So that makes total sense.
Yeah. Like it's crazy. I look back, like one of my highest selling items for a while was a fridge filter.
Oh, heck yeah.
And like actually my husband did the video for it because I was like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. So he did the video. I just did a voiceover. I was like, tell me what to say, please.
Yeah. That's
so it's like, it's pretty cool. Like how you can, you know, I really try to de-influence people. I'm like, it's not the $1,000 computers. It's not, you don't have to go out here and buy $1 billion TV and be like, oh, that's the only way I'm going to make money. It's the items that people are consistently buying, the trending items, like, you know, through seasons. And then just like the random stuff that like people buy on subscription as well. That's a huge one.
Oh yeah. Subscription's probably awesome. It's like like the non-sexy stuff, you know?
Exactly.
And I think that's really valid. I think, if you're listening to this, think about the stuff you have on Amazon subscription.
Yeah.
Like razor blades, toilet paper towels. Then you always have too many paper towels, you know, and then it's like, well, and then you skip it for a month and then you have no paper towels. That's so bad.
Why is it like that?
I don't know. It honestly drives me nuts. I don't understand it. Maybe you won't like use more paper towels in the summer or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
That's valid.
I've literally had like a 30-minute conversation with my wife about this exact subject. I'm like,
we literally have none. We have none right now. And I'm I need to go to Costco.
And then 2 months, you're going to have triple the amount you need.
Right.
Because you got a subscription. So that's really cool that there's some tools. I love that name Oink, by the way. Like and I love how there's like these little entrepreneurs that are like building these cool extensions. Right. What's your best advice? And then we're going to kind of move on to the UGC, but I think the Amazon stuff's interesting because I know so little about it. But what's your best advice for people? Is it a quantity game like TikTok Shop, or it's like, hey, just get as many of these free, you know, I mean, I'm assuming that the people send you the products for free. You're not buying them, right?
Yeah. After you get in, I mean, I think my best advice would be to start with things you own, to get your experience up. I do think it's a quantity game, but I do think it's a quality game as well, and doing that research. So all of my beginners, I'm like, yes, start with things you own, like literally everything, phone cases, cups, hair clips, like literally everything. You can go on Amazon and scan things around your house. That's the best part. Like
with the camera?
Yeah. Like in the app, you can just go in there and there's a scanner. I'll bring it up if I don't lock myself out of my phone. If you like go right there Oh gosh,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course, all these Black Friday
No, you're good. I love it.
pop-ups.
I love it.
Right there, and you click
Okay.
it.
So you
And
can scan something on your phone, on just a picture, and then it's going to bring up that a thing, and then it's like, hey, you already have a million things at your house that you could make videos
yeah,
for right now.
like I'm scanning
Yeah.
myself, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not on
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
you can just like scan this and that's on there. So like I tell people to start
Yeah.
with that because you're going to get your experience using the platform and uploading videos and creating content. And then, yeah, like by the time you're done with your house, because I tell people to make at least like 3 videos per product, obviously have different things. The next thing is record like this. Don't record like this.
Landscape. Yeah. Different
record
ball
like
game.
this.
Different ball
Different
game.
ball. It's huge.
Way different.
I feel like
yeah.
it's even like I look at other platforms like Facebook and everything like pushes that content more sometimes. So I'm like, I feel like Amazon has always prioritized this because you get placed better. And then the third thing is once you're done with those things and you're feeling confident, definitely invest in Viral View or Oink. And because you will have to pay a little bit, but it's still worth it. Like you're going to triple your income when you start doing like the strategies. So
yeah,
that's my suggestions.
Yeah, I love it. No, and I think that's good advice too, because filming landscape and stuff, it's kind of interesting. Some of that stuff overlaps with, I'm sure, what you teach about UGC, what I teach about UGC, start with stuff you have. But this is like literally linking stuff you have because you can already buy it on Amazon. So it's almost like starting with Amazon, and you've probably seen this, is also helping you become a better UGC creator. Like one of the hardest things I think to teach people is just like on camera presence and confidence and not feeling awkward. It's hard to like, it's hard. I mean, the majority of people that get hung up in my community, for example, and I get on TikTok, I get TikTok live all the time, and I'll be like, tell me what's holding you up. And they're like, well, I'm in the community, but I just can't make this first video. Like it's too hard. Like I feel stupid. I feel awkward. And everybody struggles with that. And so I like this. It's like, okay, you're, like you said, you're getting on the job, paid training, right? Because you're going to get paid for these jobs, and it's just building confidence. And I think that the sooner you start to see UGC and content, and whether it be on Amazon or like whatever, through any of these platforms, outbound pitching as something that like is a skill that you need to get better and better and better at, and not just this cute little fun side hustle that you're going to like, that's going to be very, very convenient. And like, oh, it's going to take no time at all. Like it's it takes work. Right. And if you're doing something, and nothing's worth doing without it trying to do it well, you might as well like put the effort into it. And I think that's a great call out. So you get people on Amazon, right? So now that they start getting some wins on Amazon, what's your first? So are you telling people to go to platforms like Billo and Join Brands first to kind of dip their toes into UGC then, or what is your best advice from that perspective?
So where people come in, I have this huge thing. It's called a UGC master list. And that's where I have a lot of like agencies and brands that will hire creators directly from AIM because of the connections.
Yeah.
I do tell people, yes, I still recommend Billo and Join Brands because I feel like they're quick wins. But a lot of the connections I make, we do like software and app UGC. We don't even really do physical product. And I feel like a lot of those hire a lot more people to start. So I want people, again, to get their quick wins fast, right? So yeah, I still point people to Billo, but then I also point them to some of these agencies that will help place them, with companies. And so again, it's kind of like on the job training. I do have, modules that explain like the dictionary. We know there's a whole freaking dictionary to UGC and all this content stuff. Like I want them to understand those simple things before they just jump into a job, right? But I'm like, you're going to get better as soon as you start doing it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah.
Just do it. Like no one's going to be making fun of you. And if they are, it's because they're jealous they're not doing it, right? Like
I love it.
Go do the damn thing. Like you're going to be fine. And a lot of it comes like what you just said, like they're scared to make their first video. I mean, I told people I still hate hearing myself talk. Like when I go through my TikToks and look back at them, I'm like, oh my gosh, like stop it right now. Or if I see a brand's using my ad, like my video in an ad, I will immediately scroll off. Like I'm like, that's fine to feel like that, but just do it because you're going to get paid.
Yeah. You never outgrow that. I think that's what a lot of people think is like, oh, once you get to, start working with hundreds of brands, like you are going to get super comfortable. I'm like, dude, no, I still do retakes all the time. I just, right before I hopped on this podcast, I had to do a 30-second script. it took me 4.5 minutes to read this stupid 30-second script. And now I'm going to have to go edit 4.5 minutes, which is annoying, It's no one's like perfect at it. You do improve. You do feel like a little bit more comfortable, but like at no point I think I'm going to be like, oh, I want to watch my ad I just did. Like,
absolutely.
That's just how it is. That's too funny. I like how, and I love how you are introducing people in your community to agencies right at the bat. I feel like there's this misconception in the space that you have to be a baller to work with an agency. Like you have to already be crushing, right? And so I think that agencies are also looking for all budgets, all experience levels. I talk about this all the time, but like different demographics, different looks, different like everybody. There's a lid for every pot, is what I like to say. And so I think that's a good idea to kind of dive into that immediately.
I run a Facebook group too, a big Facebook group community. And people will submit questions every now and then, like anonymously or whatever, because it's like an introvert group. So a lot of people are like, I'm old, fat, and ugly. Are brands going to want to hire me? And I'm like, for starters, you're probably not ugly. Like, let's just start there. But number two, I'm like, they will hire. Brands have a certain audience. Every brand. You can be a teenager. There's brands for teenagers. There's brands for 30-year-olds. There's brands for 40, 50, 60. Like, I mean, literally, I saw a brand the other day hiring for 60 to 80-year-old women.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I feel like, just like you said, like, there's anyone of any age can do it. You just have to find the opportunities, learn the skill, and put yourself out there. I know it's hard, but once you do it, you'll love it.
Yeah, they're looking for real people because that's what UGC is. It's not, I mean, it's an anti-influencer method. By the way, side note, how the AIM really brings the nostalgia here. How are you? Have you gotten in trouble for that?
Oh, yeah, AIM. So funny. Somebody messaged me the other day and was like, wow, how old are you? Because is this AOL? And I'm like, I'm 31. So yes, I was on AIM updating my status. Yes. Not yet, but we'll see.
No, I don't think it's around anymore, right? I mean, maybe the copyright lives on forever. I'd be stunned if it was. If you guys are on AIM, if you're listening to this and you're on AIM, go into YouTube and drop your screen name in the comments.
I've loved AIM. Like, oh my gosh, AIM and MySpace.
Yeah, no, it's a great acronym. Okay, so we've talked about Amazon, we've talked about a little bit about UGC. I want to learn more about your journey, right? And like what you learned from moving from Amazon to UGC. Yeah. Difference was a little more polished. Like, what do you think the difference was? But the biggest difference for you as far as learning curve from I almost said AIM, from Amazon over to just doing UGC.
I think the biggest learning curve was, I feel like on Amazon, those videos are so natural. Like, they're a minute or longer. They actually like longer ones because I'm actually in a program on Amazon where they pay me for views if someone watches over 30 seconds. And that solidified everything I knew, where I was like, okay, they do prioritize longer videos. So coming from filming horizontally and doing videos where I'm just like, hey, like, here's this type thing, and I'm just kind of like mumbling and being my natural self, to going into UGC where it's scripted. They're giving me a content brief, and I'm working more. I feel like the pressure was a little higher because I'm like working for a brand, right? Like, I'm here to convert their customers. That's all I'm here for. And I think that was a little like, maybe like pressure, but I felt like having a script, having a content brief was actually like made me feel a little more confident, where I'm like, they've given me the idea. I'm not having to come up with it myself. Like with the Amazon videos, I'm sitting there off the cuff in ChatGPT being like, what's the pain points of this hydro jug? Like making up random stuff. Yeah. So like, I think coming from Amazon social media and going into UGC, it was a smooth transition, but I did have to like unlearn some stuff, right? Like coming from managing social media and doing Amazon videos. So for someone that's brand new,
faster. Yes. It's like, hey, there can't be any dead space. It's like, boom, 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 boom.
It is. It's much faster. And like, sometimes they're like, oh, this has to be 30 seconds. Oh, this has to be like specific, things, where it's kind of like, before I was kind of just like talking whatever. So like, I feel like for people that come in brand new to UGC, they're not really having to think about any of that. This is all they know, right? Like, oh, okay, they give me a script, content brief, cool. Love it. They're not coming from... Follow the
instructions,
Follow the instructions. That's what I tell people. I'm like, if you can follow instructions, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be good.
Well, it's like you have these different categories of Amazon and TikTok Shop are like like, yeah, you can make great money on both, right? And I think there's people that have figured it out, and that you see people making tens of thousands of dollars a month on each. But you're also doing like all of the ideation, all of the like coming up with what the script is going to sound like, all of that stuff, right? And I can't get over the landscape thing. Like, if you guys know me, I don't do a lot of landscape videos, but like, if you had, I'm assuming you probably didn't script if you wanted to sound natural. You kind of just like knew the pain points in your head. Have you ever done a teleprompter on horizontal, on landscape?
No.
It's like really, really, really hard to make it look like you're not reading. Vertical is all I do. My scripts all day on vertical, right? I can do those in my sleep now. But like, when you turn your phone landscape, most teleprompters, in fact, I only use the teleprompter I use called Elegant Teleprompter. It's on Android. Don't at me. I know everyone hates me because I'm an Android Google fan for life.
I'm not judging you. But
everyone judges me for it. There's people in my community almost leave because they find out I'm on Android. But hey,
I cannot.
The camera's better. I'll argue that till I die, but whatever. But you can move like my teleprompter I use, you can literally move the square like right next to the camera and make it tiny. So I'm like, I'm reading like super small font, and I'm sure at some point I'm not gonna be able to freaking read it anymore. But it's like so obvious that when you're on landscape that you're reading from a teleprompter on most teleprompters. So UGC, when people give me landscape videos, I have one actually next week I have to do. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be brutal. It's almost like worth just memorizing the script because it looks so bad, and you get so many revision requests from like, hey, I can tell you're reading. Yeah, it's rough. But so it makes sense on Amazon. You're like, if you're like coming up with it off the cuff and you're like, okay, here's my 3 bullet points, and like I'm gonna do my branding around it. That makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Besides like learning the faster pace, where have you found the most success on UGC? Is it with agencies? Is it with pitching brands? Is it getting inbounds? I know you have like a great following on TikTok and stuff. Are people inbounding you from that? Like, what's your like main go-to?
Definitely. So I kind of feel like I have 2 lives. Oh gosh. I feel like I have 2 lives with UGC. Like, I have when I did physical product UGC, which was like the first half where I was doing a lot of pitching. I think I had success with that. But I feel like once I started getting in with agencies that would just place me with opportunities, I feel like that helped me a lot more because I wasn't stressing pitching. Now, after I did that, I feel like it helped me understand pitching more, if that makes any sense.
For sure.
So I feel like overall, the agencies have helped me more because I would get retainers. Like, the retainers made me feel secure. There were bonuses for like the ads and things like that. So I was just like, and now at this point with like physical product UGC, I've done a lot of those on Upwork too. I love Upwork. I know you do Fiverr.
No, Upwork's right. Yeah.
Upwork's awesome. And I feel like people sleep on Upwork because maybe there's like a stigma around like what goes on over there. But there's so many opportunities. Like, when I was a virtual assistant, I did virtual assistant jobs on there. Like back in 2020, you can find almost anything on there. So I think agencies definitely are what helped me feel way more confident as a UGC creator, 100%.
So I know with your community, you basically do like warm intros to agencies. If you're just like a random person listening to this, like, what's your best advice of finding agencies? Because that's like the golden standard.
ChatGPT.
Really?
I will literally go into ChatGPT and be like, give me all your best agency recommendations for UGC that want to do this, and this. And it will just be like,
just gives you the websites, and then you're just,
and
so you're basically cold pitching the websites, the cold pitching the agencies from there.
Yep. And Google is good too, because it has that AI summary, but you have to be really specific. I feel like with ChatGPT, you don't have to be as specific. So for a beginner, if you just go on there and ask, it pulls a bunch of stuff. And so, so now a big part of like my business, like literally I have a whole brand outreach sector of like the AIM business where I literally will I find them so easily now on my AIM, my account too, because I feel like it shows me that. Obviously, we know how TikTok works. So I'll be like, oh, that's a brand doing UGC. Write it down. Oh, that's a brand doing UGC. Right. And then I'll have like 10 almost every week. And I'll just pitch them and be like, hey, I have a community of, and I've actually had to get to where, because my main community has almost 2K people in it. I actually have it sectored off where it's like the community is beginners. And then I have people that applied to kind of like my exclusive network. It's free to do. They applied. Those are where I send like some of the intermediate to expert, because I don't want to just blast opportunities to everyone. And and then they have like a lot of beginners apply. That makes me look bad. right?
Yeah,
Like I'm
I
like,
feel you. I feel your
you
pain.
know,
So how do you, so they apply, how do you, so you're vetting these creators and like looking at their portfolios like, all right, cool, they're good.
yeah, I do that
For
initially to get
free?
them for free for
You're wild,
free.
Megan.
I'm wild. I'm wild. I do too much. It's the people pleasing coming out. Just being for real.
Hey, that's me.
So like I vet them to start to get them into my AIM creator network. After that, basically the brands will be like, hey, I have this, or an agency is like, hey, I have this, but I need people that have done X, Y, and Z things, right? Or I need them to have, they need to be this age. So then I will send that only to the creator network, which is about 70-ish people. They then have to apply and then the agency reviews those. But to get into the creator network to start, yeah, I review them, review
Makes sense.
portfolios, UGC videos. Like I have to make sure they know what they're doing. Like I ask them questions that are like, if I said this, what would you say? Or what does this mean? Like I vet these people. So, and I'm
It's
sending
like a
they're-
Google Classroom or what? Like you're giving them a test?
it's like a Google form.
Oh my God.
It's so specific. Like I feel like crazy even saying it on here, but I'm just like, I do that because I have made a relationship with these
It's
brands.
your reputation. Yeah, I 100% get why you do it. I just am amazed that you do that
And
much
I've been
work. I think it's
burnt.
great.
I've been burnt before where like a brand will be like, hey, such and such came over here. They said they came from your network and this happened. And I'm like
Yeah,
embarrassed, you know? So I was like, I gotta sector this off. So like
Yeah.
the beginner ones, you kind of can get a bunch of different people, but they know that. The other ones, I like it to be specific. So yeah, it's wild, but I feel like it's worked.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. So when you're pitching the agencies, to go back to that question, what's your best advice to stand out? Because I know they probably get hundreds a week or something.
Yeah. So doing pitching in general as like a creator, I think the biggest thing that people need to focus on is what can you do for their brand? Instead of being like, I'm a new UGC creator, I focus on niche, food, pet, whatever it is, they don't give a shit. What they want to know is what can you do for their brand? What's your conversions? Like get those stats from brands that you've worked with before. And if you've never done that before, just focus on that in your pitch. Like they want to know that you understand what you're there to do, right? Like I'm here to help you sell your product. I'm here to get downloads to your app. I'm here to push people to wherever you want me to push them to via, an ad, a branded account, whatever it is that you're doing. I always say focus on what you can give the brand as a creator. And then following up, obviously, like after you work with them, because I have a bunch of creators that will be like, I have a 90% retention rate. And I just love that. Like, the brand will come back and be like, I want to hire you again. I want to work with you again. And I think that's just wonderful because the follow-up is so important, right? Like to get the recurring business.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's what I think.
What kind of stats do you like? I'm so bad at this. And as you're saying that, I'm like, just another thing I need to put in my checklist of things I need to do. But like, what stats are you asking for? I'm so bad at putting that on my portfolio. Like it doesn't exist now because I haven't gathered the data.
Like what stats do I ask the creators for?
Like what stats do you put forward to the agency? Is it like just your typical like ROAS? Here's like my, here's my 3 best performing campaigns, or like I like the retention stat too. That's great.
Yeah. So when I pitch agencies now, which is for like the bigger of the group, I typically will send them like best performing videos with like the views that it got, whatever what the conversion rate was. And then for the creators themselves, I'll typically include like the retention rate. It's obviously not a full inclusive thing because I'm trying to get better on that too. Like you're making me add to my list because like, I want to know the data, like of how many people in my community are actually hired, right? Like it's so many people in there that I'm like, I feel like this brand came in and hired 200 people. Okay. So 200 people I know are at least with a job. But like how many of them stayed with the brand, it's just so hard to like quantify that information. But definitely I think when I would pitch brands, I would definitely focus on like the conversion rate that I would have from like ads, which I typically would have to ask the brand for that. They wouldn't just give it to me. The views maybe that it had, and then also like my retention rate with brands as well.
That's smart. Okay. No, I think that's good. I think a lot of new creators, like they hear these buzzwords like, oh, you need content or you need data. Sorry, not content. You need content too. You need data. And there's like, what data? Like, what do you mean? What data am I supposed to be asking for? So I love that, there's something that they can actually go and ask the brand for.
100%, yeah.
How long do you typically wait before you ask the brand? Like 60 days, 90 days?
I'd say 30 days because 30 days because a lot of the opportunities that we do now are like, let's say it's a 30-day contract, right? And some of them will be like 2 videos per week. So 2, 4, 6, is that 8? Like the worst with math. Like sitting here doing like 3rd grade multiplication. Um, so after 30 days, I feel like they should at least have like some sort of data we can use to see how the campaign went. But a lot of times I feel like on campaigns like that, they will want to at least work together again, because I do feel like the first month sometimes it's kind of like warming the brand up to like that person or whatever, like their face. Like sometimes I think people's faces just like work well on like TikTok. Like I'm like, do you recognize this person or something? Like I'm like, how does that work? You know, I just think it's so crazy. So as I've seen people like in different ads for like different niches, I'm like, that's just so crazy. But yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. I think any way that new creators can get out there and then like you said, the name of the game for stability and to be able to like make this a full-time thing, if that's what your goal is to get repeats, right? And having retention and retainers and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Let's switch gears a little bit now. So we've talked about Amazon, we've talked about UGC. TikTok shop is something, and I understand this isn't something you can start with 0 followers, but 1,000 followers is not hard to get to these days on TikTok, guys. Like it's really not. If you're engaged and you post every single day for like a month, you should be able to get to 1,000 followers.
For sure.
What's your best advice for creators going from UGC? And then I guess that's my first question is like, what's your order of operations? Amazon, UGC, TikTok? You just kind of like let people pick, or is there like a way that you think logistically or logically makes sense for them to then take that on if they can handle it?
For the while there that I was doing freelancing, UGC, TikTok shop, and Amazon, doing them all, right? It's a lot. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend that. But I typically, when you first come into the course, there's a quiz you take. It's a ChatGPT quiz, and it's based on their answers. It will tell them where to start. I've noticed from what people have told me and from like that data, typically people are getting UGC, and I find it to be the one I talk the most about. So I'm like, let's start there, get your quick wins. While you're doing that, yeah, you can bring in Amazon, because I feel like it's kind of low lift and you're kind of self-pacing yourself. It's not like you're on brand deadlines, right? Like you are with UGC. And then you can work on TikTok shop after all that. You know, I feel like as you're doing all of those, you're going to figure out, like as a newbie or as a person that's coming into this world, you're going to figure out where you're being pulled and what you're interested in the most. And I think maybe after you've dabbled for a few months in each of them, then you know which one you want to do. And I would solely stay focused on like one for a while, because you don't want to be so like scatterbrain and like squirrel all the time, right?
Yeah.
So with TikTok shop, I think the biggest thing that I learned going from like UGC and Amazon, because I'd been doing both of those before I ever jumped into TikTok shop, was just the quantity of content I was having to put out. And it was very fast paced. Like I was just amazed by like how many videos other creators were putting out. And I feel like if you don't like stay in your lane, you're going to be swayed by other creators all the time. Like, oh, I post 15 videos a day, and I make $10,000 a month. Or, oh, I only post 2 a day and I make $20,000 a month. Or, you know, like just so many different things where you're like, what am I supposed to do?
Who's telling the truth? Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, so I kind of just focused on posting 3 a day. And I did that every day for a year.
Jeez.
And like I was telling you before, I did end up making $60K. So, I mean, a year, I guess that's technically a full-time salary.
Yeah, $5,000 a month.
Yeah. So I was
that's
like,
your math. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, that's my math. But I was just kind of like, I feel drained. You know, like I felt like I made more doing UGC, and it was less work and less stress, in my opinion. Yeah. I do have a bunch of people who do well with TikTok shop, but it's really all they do. Right. Yeah. So it's like, if you're used to that, go forward. Like, you know, your hook is your most important part. The hook is the most important part. Your followers don't matter. The only way the followers matter is when you're in the 1,000 to 5,000 range, you're technically in the pilot program, and you can only post 5 videos a week. So you're kind of limited until you get to that 5K.
And then you can go as many as you want after 5K?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can post 40 videos a day if you want.
On the same product. Are you posting the same video? Like, so you saying you're doing 3 videos a day, and this is mostly for my curiosity. I've been looking to dabble my toes a little bit. I've done a little bit of TikTok shop, but like I've made like $200, so not that cool. But are you posting, like, let's say you have a tripod, to bring it back to the creators. Let's say you have a tripod and you want to post about it. Do you post 3 times a day for a week on that tripod, or do you just keep milking that thing until if it doesn't stop producing, you're going to keep posting?
Yeah, so I would do research too on products that were viral, but I'm going to be honest with you, viral products never worked for me. Like, they would work for a lot of people in my community, like that I was in like a TikTok shop community, and I like linked up with a girl, and she was like always going viral for like the viral products. So of course I got swayed. I was like, oh gosh, I need to do that. Well, finally I had a break of a video with dry shampoo, and it was a dry shampoo that I actually used. So I think maybe it came across more natural in my video where I was like, I love this. But honestly, it went viral because people were making fun of how I talk. LOL. They were like, you don't say the words right, which I was like, whatever. So, and that video actually still makes me money like to this day.
Yeah, jokes on them.
Jokes on them.
They're just engaging with your content and making it better for you. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I think evergreen products are going to be your best. The ones that are just good all the time, because you're not having to worry about, is it viral? Is it not viral? Is this trending? Is it not trending? Like, people use dry shampoo every day, every single day. And the specific dry shampoo that I talked about was a non-aerosol dry shampoo. So there were always unique pain points that I could hit. So yeah, if you look back at like my TikTok shop account, like I just opened it. I haven't posted a TikTok shop video since March, and I have $7.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, like I'll get like $100 a month, but I don't post over there. So like the videos are evergreen, they stay there constantly. But yeah, I would just say like focus on something that you really like when you first start, and literally just post about it all the time. Maybe have like 3 or 5 products that you really like and just circle through them. Just keep going.
You're doing like 10, 20, 30 videos per product per month or something. Like that's the numbers we're talking about. Okay.
Yep.
And then like, does it matter if you rotate those? Let's say you have 3 to 5 products, and does it matter if you rotate those like per day, or can you do like 5 days of the same product, the next 5 days a different product? Does it matter?
Nope, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there were days right after that went viral. It went viral September 2024. And right after that video like went crazy, I literally only posted about that dry shampoo for like 3 months.
I love
it. Because it was Black Friday too. So like, I was just like, whatever, like who cares? Like that wasn't my personal account. It was just solely TikTok shop. So like, that's all I did there. And so I would just dry shampoo, like
well,
I was
TikTok,
just like their spokesperson.
Yeah. And you're not posting. That's what I always try to tell people this especially on TikTok. Instagram's another story, but like TikTok, you're not posting for your followers. You're posting for people that don't know who you are, that come across you on the FYP.
Exactly.
But I like how like the aim, I want to keep saying that, the anti-influencer method, your community and stuff teaches like all of these skills that all intertwine, right? Like Amazon and TikTok shop are very similar, but even though they're slightly different, but then like that's all getting you practice to create content, which just makes you a better UGC creator at the end of the day. And so I think that, just as long as you're picking a lane, like you said, and like just go with that for a while, everybody can find success in any lane. That's the thing. And there's no like secret to like, oh, how did you get good on Coley? Or like dude, that just like happened to find me. I just started getting jobs on there, and then I just stuck with what was working, and now I'm top rated on Coley or whatever the platform is, for example. And I think people overthink it, honestly.
Yeah. And I like, it's really cool too, because I launched AIM in Black Friday of last year. And so I have people that have been with me almost a year at this point. And I look back and there's people now that are like, oh, I'm a social media manager for such and such, or, oh, I'm a creative strategist. Like they've kind of started here and they've now doing like the freelancing route, that's what I tell people. I'm like, you kind of have a career path in here. Like, you've learned content, be a good creator, do that for a few months, build a portfolio, pitch brands, have a great time. And then eventually, you can move into something more like freelancery, social media management, all these great things. Like, I'm like, there's so much you can do in like the online space. It's wild.
Yeah. The Wi-Fi money space. That's what we call it. Someone said that Ashley, one of the first people I interviewed, she lives in Bali, actually, is a digital nomad. And she's like, we call it Wi-Fi money over here. I'm like, that's sick. Actually. I like that.
That's too cool. I love that.
Yeah. It's a cool, I stole it from her, so I gotta give Ash credit. But all right, well, I super appreciate you. I'm actually, as you're talking, I'm like, I need to get on this freaking platform so I can get on some Amazon stuff, because I feel like there's a lot of stuff I'm not doing. Not that I have like any time, I'm delusional, but it'd be cool if I did to do some of this other stuff. I'm gonna link the anti-influencer method course / community in the show notes. Is there a promo code or anything? Not to put pressure on you.
Code.
No promo code. Okay, no worries. No, it's here's the thing. It's like you're in a community and you've already explained all the freaking awesome stuff that you get in the community, including you get to take a couple tests, which sounds fun and exciting. But it sounds like intros to agencies would be like that pays for itself, right? Immediately.
Oh, yeah.
So that's 100%. Really cool.
That UGC master list, I'm like, this is the whole course. Like this thing is full of info.
Yeah, love it. Sweet. Well, I super appreciate you, Megan. I've learned a lot. Like I love talking to people that know. I mean, that's why I started this podcast, that know way more about me than a bunch of different areas. And so I've learned a lot. I super appreciate it. I'll also link your socials on TikTok and Instagram, as well as a community. I'm going to do a quick plug here in March 14th, Park City, Utah. We're doing a UGC event. You should totally come out, Megan. I think it'd be cool. Are you guys get snow over there? You ski? Are you skier? Snowboarder?
In Virginia, we like rarely get snow, but I like snow.
Okay. Well, if you're into, I don't like snow, so I'm going to be there either way. I live here in Utah and I don't like snow.
I live here.
But if you like skiing and snowboarding, it's like a good excuse to hit up Park City for the weekend. But it's called UGC Creator Connect, March 14th. Speaking of the agencies, that we're going to have agencies there, brands, and UGC platforms there as well. And then we're going to have a bunch of cool guest speakers, names that you definitely have heard of. So yeah, come out, come network. Nice. It'd be great to meet you in person. March 14th. I'll drop that link in the show notes as well. March 14th. Write it down. Any other last words of wisdom or anything? I've super appreciate your time. I've learned a lot.
Thank you so much. Last words of wisdom are just go for it. Don't overthink it.
Yeah. I think that's literally the biggest problem in the space is everyone overthinks it. And like, oh, what if someone sees it? What if a coworker sees it? Like, dude, who freaking cares? You're out there
making money.
Getting your money. Yeah. Get your money. So awesome. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe, share this with your friends, your other creator friends. And if you're on the fence about starting UGC, hopefully this is your sign to get into it and stop procrastinating. Megan, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right,
bye.
Bye. All right, that's it. If you got something out of this, hit subscribe, catch another episode, or share it with a creator friend who needs to hear it. And grab my free 10 steps to becoming a UGC creator guide. The link is below. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you next week. Keep creating.